Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. If not, welcome back. For today's video, I wanted to talk about lighting and show you 3 different case examples. Well, maybe 3 or maybe less, I don't know. We'll see as the video goes. I want to show you some examples of how lighting, like the level of light you expose your Hoyas to, can really change how your Hoyas look. So I have some really good examples and I'm going to show them to you right now. If that sounds exciting, keep on watching. All of these Hoyas that I'm going to be showing you are all grown under grow lights. My grow lights are not branded. I will link them down in the description box below, but I got them from Amazon. They are turned on like 12 hours a day. There's no secret formula or secret sauce here. They're just very regular full spectrum grow lights. So I will be showing you maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe more case examples of how light affects the way the leaves look on Hoyas and how different species react differently. So there's not like a one-size-fits-all rule. So you kind of have to experiment and figure out for yourself what kind of like a light condition you like and what kind of like a leaf look that you like for your plants. What I like might differ from what you like, so on and so forth. So make your choice. The first Hoya I want to show you in our lighting conversation is the Hoya Larissa. So this Hoya Larissa over here, as you can see, it's grown under extremely bright grow lights, and it's really close to the grow light. I'm going to insert a photo right now. But yeah, this Hoya is growing extremely close to the grow light. It's growing in a prop box. So as you can see, it is almost a little bit sun-stressed. It's very bleached. It's almost a little bit sun-stressed. And some of us enjoy this look. I personally don't, which is why I took it out of the prop box so that I can put it under lower light and encourage it to grow different leaves. But some of us really enjoy this sun-bleached look. So here's my little FYI. The Hoya Larissa does bleach, as you can see, and it does produce some amounts of sun stress, which surprises me. I didn't know that it could sun stress, but yeah, it does sun stress. This is growing in full pond, so it's just pond. It's a semi-hydro cup. I rooted it in pond and I'm keeping it in pond until it's too big for this cup. But yeah, it's a beautiful Hoya. Highly recommend. Not crazy expensive, but it could be a little bit hard to source, I think, because it's not like a super popular Hoya. And it's also not a super fast grower, which could make it hard to source, I think. But yeah, so this is the sun bleach look. I'm going to show you now what I like. This is my mother plant. And can you see how the leaves are completely different? This is the newest, hang on, let me hold on to the saucer. This is the newest leaf. This is the newest leaf on this plant and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The veins are very dark. The leaf color is a lot darker. The leaf size is a lot bigger, as you can also see. And the splash is still there, but because the leaf color is so much darker, you see the veins pop a lot better. I'm gonna hold on to this and show you the previous example. Can you see how different? Hang on. Can you see how different the leaves look? Yeah, take a screenshot if you want. But this is under extremely bright grow lights, very close to the grow lights in a prop box. And this is growing out in ambient conditions under much lower light conditions. And I've also crowded it now. Insert a picture of where this is growing right now. I've also crowded it so it gets like more filtered light to encourage like this kind of a growth. I'm going to show you on that exact same plant. So I've moved this plant several times in order to find like the type of leaf look that I like. And I think I'm finally in the right sweet spot. So if you look at this leaf right here, same other plant, this is a much smaller, tinier leaf. And that's because this plant was under brighter grow lights before I moved it to this shelf and surrounded it with other plants to like block the light. But this plant used to be under much brighter grow lights. The leaves are a lot smaller. They are also a little bit sun-stressed compared to like this brand new leaf, which is a lot bigger, a lot darker in contrast. And just, oh, the stuff that dreams are made of. I love this plant. And this species, Hoya larissa, is extremely sensitive to light. So this is a good plant to play around if you enjoy changing the look of your Hoya. So if you have a Hoya larissa, I highly recommend just challenging it to grow in different lighting conditions and see what you like. Just know that if you move it down to like a lower light condition, like medium light, it will slow down in its growth. So obviously it's going to slow down in its growth, but if you're not selling plants, I don't understand why it needs to grow so fast. So just like take it easy and grow a specimen that you enjoy, is my point. So that's the first example. Okay, this is a wonderful second example. This is my Hoya latifolia sarawak or sarawak. If you look down here where the leaves are like almost palm size, I think this leaf over here is also almost palm size. I have it growing in the exact same grow lights. I've just put it on a plant stand, and again, I'll put a picture on the screen right now of where it's living. It's in full semi-hydro, just like and when it's further away from the light, it is going to grow slower, okay? So if it's further away from the light, it is going to grow slower. However, look at how big the leaf is. It's freaking gorgeous. So I will actually recommend, well, it really depends on personal preference. There's no right, there's no wrong. I just enjoy how like big, juicy, glossy this latifolia is under lower light conditions. But a lot of people actually buy the latifolia sarawak or sarawak for its sun stressing ability. So you can actually sun stress this, and I have sun stressed this into like a bright, well, not bright, it's kind of like a dark orange, like a burnt orange. Go Google it and you'll see what I mean. It is a beautiful plant if you enjoy something that sun stresses. But again, under the same lighting conditions, just in terms of distance, the leaves down here are so much bigger compared to the leaf up here. Like this is already fully formed and it's tiny, it's so small. It's so incredibly small because it's closer to the light source. So again, it really depends on the look that you want from your Hoya. If you want it to be bright orange and sun stressed, this is a great Hoya to collect for that. Again, I'm not a sun stressy girl, so I just want that big juicy leaf. So that's what I'm going for. But this is also another plant that's really exciting. It almost feels like you can design the plant that you're growing. It's really exciting to change the conditions and see how it responds to them. So all of these leaves are like of a different size because I keep changing the light conditions to see what I get out of it. But yeah, another beautiful specimen, an example for how lighting conditions change how it looks. So here's the next example, and you know what? I think I will actually give you 2 more examples after this. But this is the Hoya carnosa nova ghost. And as you can see, like down here, all of the leaves are completely silver. They're very silver, very glossy, completely silver. But up here, I have changed the lighting conditions, not really by choice, but more because I have grown out of space and the other plants that are surrounding this plant have grown bushier, and so they are shielding the light a little bit. So it's starting to get a little bit less light. Because of that, look at the new leaves that are coming out. To be real, I don't hate them. I think they're beautiful. I think it's kind of cool to have like some mottled, like silver green leaves. They're kind of like dusted. I think it's really cool. I'm digging it. But I have actually, like, oh my god, even just on this strand, like these 2 pairs of leaves are like at the same height. But this is facing the light. Look at how silver these leaves are compared to this side that's facing away from the light. Look at how mottled and more green it looks. Do you see that? So, conclusion, if you do have the Hoya carnosa nova ghost, you do have to give it really bright grow lights if you want the silver to stay super silver. If you start dropping the light levels or you start crowding it with too many plants, you will start to get mottled green leaves, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The plant is still very healthy. I don't think this is reversion. Well, I guess it has reverted a little bit, but because the base specimen is so good, I know I can bring it back to this by just trimming the green growth back and like giving it extra light. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't know, I kind of dig this. I kind of like variation in my plants, and I think it's beautiful. I love it a lot. There's beauty in the imperfect, so yeah, really nice. So this is the next example. For the second last example I have here, this is my Hoya finlaysonii splash. This particular plant, just like the Hoya larissa, is extremely sensitive to light. And let me show you what I mean. Here are its original leaves from the nursery in Florida. So it's grown outside in the extreme bright Florida sun. The leaves are very low contrast. They're very flat. You don't really see much of a splashing. This is the very first leaf I got from this plant after I brought it indoors. Can you see how beautiful that leaf is? It's a lot darker compared to like the leaf from the nursery. It's darker, it's splashier, it's almost pillowy, and it's also bigger. So, and like, let's continue looking at other leaves. So this is the next leaf that came out, equally beautiful. And then over here, can you see how it's starting to flatten out? Because once it got closer to the grow light, and it was on a short bookshelf. So once it got closer to the grow light, it started to flatten out again. So I trellised it and I moved it to a different shelf that was like taller, so I could put it further away from the grow light. And then I got this. Look at that. Do you see how different the leaves are when you give it high light versus low light? It's just incredibly different. Let's find another example here. So again, now it's growing closer to the grow light on the taller shelf, and it's starting to flatten out again. You're losing that pillowy structure. It's still nice and contrasty, but you're losing that, you know, that pillowy rounded cup structure. Do you see that? So I kind of like shoved it in the back of the shelf, on the same shelf, but I've crowded it with like more plants. And then look at my brand new leaf. It's becoming dark, pillowy, everything I love. And it's just such an interesting Hoya to play around with and to experiment with. I will highly recommend getting yourself the Hoya finlaysonii splash. But if you enjoy the leaves that I'm talking about, these dark, pillowy, splashy, sexy looking leaves, give this plant medium light. I don't think any Hoya survives or enjoys low light. I think the lowest you can go is medium, or like maybe medium low, definitely not low, like what you would give a sansevieria. But when you give it medium light or medium low light, that's when the magic really happens for this plant. Like, wow, amazing. So light changes the way Hoya leaves look, so you can design the Hoya that you like. The very last Hoya example I have here for today's video is the Hoya species Kalimantan. This is a beautiful, big leaf, veiny, ancient looking Hoya that I would highly recommend. But here's what I mean when I talk about how the leaves are affected by the light. So I had no idea this leaf was growing. Like, it just grew towards the back of the shelf into the wall where there was barely any light. Look at how ginormous this leaf is. So this is like longer than the width of my, than the length of my palm, from like wrist to finger. Look at how big this leaf is. Compare that to this other leaf that came from the nursery under extremely high light. It's a lot shorter, it's more rounded, and like this is like big, glossy, frilly, and like extremely dark. The venation is not quite as obvious when the light is so low. But if you like the look, if you like this like wavy, crusty, glossy, like giant leaf look, if you have this plant, do that. Bring the light down to like a medium low. It's gonna slow down dramatically. Like the growth of the plant is definitely gonna slow down. I'm not gonna lie to you, but every leaf has the potential to look like that, which I think is really cool. So that's the only like giant leaf I have on this plant, because I still do want it to grow fast. I wanted to like make it lusher looking. I mean, now I think it looks pretty lush. So maybe I'll bring the lights down again. But yeah, this plant has been an extremely fast grower. I think under like medium light conditions, the leaves are still very beautiful. They're still huge, you know? It's not quite as big as this monster over here, but it's still really big. So I think medium light still gives you really, really nice results. Let me find a different leaf. This one was growing, I mean, again, closer to the grow light, but it was growing towards the back of the wall where there was no light. And so it's a little bit darker than the previous leaf I showed you. But again, it's still really beautiful. It's still really big compared to like the other leaf. But again, this is the monster, the absolute beast. Just a leaf that was randomly growing in the bottom of the plant that I didn't even notice, but it was just growing under extremely like medium low light. But yeah. So this is the last example I have for our video today. I hope it's been interesting for you. Go toggle the light conditions to get different leaves on your Hoyas. I think aroids are also affected similarly, but maybe not to like this degree, I feel. But yeah, go play around the lighting conditions for your plants and see what kind of leaves you get. Just know that within every species or like every type of plant, there is still a range of light that you have to stay within. So Hoyas are not low light plants. They still need, I feel, at the minimum, medium, low, or medium in order to not freeze their growth. Like if you want your plant to keep growing, medium light I think is necessary. And then you can kind of decide if you want medium high or like very high or like medium low, and then see what the plant gives you. And then you can decide what you like from the plant, and then you can choose the kind of lighting conditions you want for the plant. I mean, obviously it's gonna look like it has split personality because the leaves are all different because I'm trying to decide what I like. But I think it's fun. So go have fun with your plants at home, experiment, enjoy the process, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button to tell me that you enjoyed it. If you feel compelled to leave a comment, I will be also very happy. If you're not from the US or Canada or North America or anywhere else, honestly, if you're not from the US, just tell me where you're from because I enjoy knowing where you guys are from. Feel free to say hello in your native language because apparently YouTube has Google Translate. So I just hit the translate button and I'm like, oh, that's what they're saying. That's really cool. Tell me what language it is. I love it. So comment down below, like the video if you enjoy the content, and then subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Have a wonderful day. Bye.